Yeah, so Sean, Coach Sean, I know I got to get used to Coach Sean. It actually has a badass ring to it, just so you know.
All right.
So B7 Athletics, co-ed sports. This is great. Tell us a little, how did this all begin?
So I'll begin because my son one day was watching some footage from when my dad used to coach me, and he saw me on TV and he wanted to play football. But my wife was reluctant to say yes to have him put on a helmet to play contact football. But he wanted to play it very bad. So I was able to couldn't find a program in New Jersey at the time. So I ended up driving an hour out to Bluebell, found an organization for him to participate, to play flag football, which is a non-contact sport.
Okay, so wait, back up. You drove an hour, wow, to have him try something.
Just so he can.
That's committed parenting.
Oh, yeah. One of the coaches said, "You already got Father of the Year," because I don't think I would do that for my son. But when you have kids, you'd be surprised what you do for your kids.
So did you play football?
I played 8 years of contact football up until the 10th grade.
Okay. But your wife's like, no, it causes brain damage. It does this. And you were like, it really doesn't, but let's play the safe way and show you, right?
Absolutely. I said, if we can get him involved in it, even at a flag football organization, I said, let's do it. Because people don't understand, football is not about a bunch of big guys just hitting each other. That's what people see from the outside. It's a very structured, disciplined, family-oriented sport. So that's why I drove an hour to Bluebell so that my son could participate.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's true. I'm like, look at these guys in the Super Bowl, because that happened.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, ooh, like I felt that. But these guys, like you said, there's a game, there's a purpose for it, and they just have a high threshold for pain, I think.
You got to love I think you have to love the game, and that's what I do because I definitely have a passion for this.
Yeah, definitely. Well, then how long were you traveling before? Is that how you started B7?
To wrap it up, what it started out, I was traveling an hour to Bluebell. I was coaching kids, boys and girls, 10, 11, and 12 years old, and they weren't that good. So I actually had to drive twice a week just so I can coach them up. Our first game, we got beat very, very bad. One of the other coaches there said, I think we need to have an additional practice. So I would go out there on Wednesdays, get the kids up to speed. After about 3 weeks, we went on a 4-game win streak, and then I dialed back. I said, I don't think we really need to have an additional practice. This game is about fun. I don't want to annihilate anybody. It was a fun recreation league. So we scaled it back to only one practice a week.
And that was the hour travel.
That was an hour one way just to get to Bluebell.
Oh, hour one way.
Hour one way to Bluebell. So we end up getting to the championship game. Only had 5 kids that showed up for the Super Bowl. The other team had 7, and I was able to coach these kids to a championship game.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, so that just got me so stoked that the parents were giving me gift cards to Wawa saying, thanks, Coach Sean. I can't wait till you come back in the spring. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be doing an hour drive to Bluebell every week. And I don't have no ties to that community. So being that my son was always in front of our house playing with 5, 6, 7 kids, I'm like, I have an opportunity here to stand up a co-ed flag football league in my hometown with my son. So that's what I did. After we won the championship in Bluebell, I came back. That was 2023 in the fall. Shortly after that, I created B7 Athletics. I'm the owner and operator. And in the spring, we had 2 co-ed flag football teams that went down to Mount Laurel, and we played them.
Nice. So you have girls, co-ed, meaning boy, male, female, playing. So this is interesting. I mean, I actually know a friend of mine's daughter who plays tackle. Yeah, she puts on the equipment. She does well. I don't know how long that's going to last. But so this is a way, because girls are into like, hey, I can do that, right?
Absolutely. I say it all the time. I say it loud and proud. I say some of the girls are better than the boys. And they say, why? I say, I think they focus a little bit better and they commit a little bit better. So when I launched the first ever co-ed flag football travel team in Bordentown, an individual did sign up, and his sister wanted to play. So when I came to the kid's house, I spoke to the mother, and she said, "Hey, my daughter would like to play for you."
Yeah.
So I said, "Bring her downstairs." And so I spoke to her, and I'm like, "So you want to play?" And she was a little timid. She's like, "Yeah." I said, "Have you ever played sports before?" She said, "Not football, but she did track, and she also wanted to do wrestling." So
Yeah.
I said, "Okay." So she joined the team, and she was basically probably to date the best blitzing linebacker that played the game for B7 Athletics.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was awesome because a brother and a sister playing on the same team.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's life memories. You're always gonna remember
True.
you played with your sister.
Yeah,
And
I didn't even look at it that way.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah, this is more about memories. People think it's just about football, getting on there, whether you win or you lose. It's bigger than that, and people don't see that until they join the organization and see. I just now sent the ad out today. We're not the average flag football organization. We believe in 7 principles to make sure that these kids get coached with sportsmanship, respect, discipline, hard work, teamwork, fun, and resiliency. So every week we have one of the coaches review one of those principles and speak to the players about what does respect mean to you? What does discipline mean to you? What does resilient? You may not win every week or every game, but you still have to come up, show up, and give 100%.
Yeah. No, that's so I didn't grow up an athlete. That's a backstory. Wasn't very good. But my son was. And there were I went places on he was committed to a team and he couldn't go because he was committed to a team. And I never understood that. So I'm on the plane and the guy's like, I'm like, yeah, my son's not coming with me to my brother's wedding and whatever. He's like, he goes, he plays baseball. And I was all like annoyed. And then he's like, yeah, he goes, I know, I went that. And he explained to me, he's like, the commitment of being part of a community. It's like a different family. And you were just saying it. And I like your process of, because kids today, I mean, I feel like my parents saying kids today, but we have that thing called a phone and we have games, video games. I mean, we had them too, but we used to play outside. And so now kids don't go outside. Like we didn't want to go, we didn't want to be inside at all. So they're starting younger with the phones. Like I have like my grandson, he's like selfie time, and that's cute and everything. But like, how does a parent get encouraged? Because there's a fight sometimes,
Yeah,
Brutal.
I think it all comes down to discipline and how the kids are raised in this generation. Like you just now said, when we grew up, we would be outside playing hopscotch, jump rope, bicycle, tag, manhunt, whatever the case may be. Manhunt, manhunt.
Yeah.
So those are the old school games. And what is manhunt? You're running around chasing people.
True.
Nowadays, people are running around chasing phones. So I'm kind of old school, and I'm not a big fan of this technology,
Yeah.
especially when it's isolating friends and family, because of course everybody knows you may go to an outing and guess what? Nobody's talking at the table, but everybody's on their phone.
On the phone.
So I'm like, I don't want my kids to grow up in that era. So that's one of the main reasons that I created B7 Athletics as a platform to give kids an opportunity to get from away from the phone, give a timeout to technology, save the timeouts for the field. Come out,
Yeah.
play soccer, play flag football, do something different. Use your own body as creativity instead of staring into a phone and trying to emulate the creativity. You're robbing your own self from your own creativity, and people will see that in due time.
Yeah, it's crazy with athletics who are preparing for and training, as this is actually a sport that's going to be in the Olympics.
Oh yeah,
I know, which is crazy.
that's
I love
awesome.
it.
That's awesome.
2028, right?
2028,
Yeah.
flag football will be in Los Angeles at the 2028 Olympics.
Yeah, they were saying if they put them in a simulation and they visualize going, their heart rate goes up and stuff. And that's like kind of what these video games, except for you're not physically moving your body. So by allowing kids to go out and try like this game, which is flag football versus contact, it allows a parent, I guess, to feel more comfortable because most of the time it's the parent.
Absolutely, you're right. You're correct. You hit the hammer on the head, because my wife was very reluctant to allow my son to participate in a game where you could potentially get hurt. So, of course, as parents, you want to protect your kids as much as possible. but you don't want to hold back their potential. So being that my son was not allowed to play contact football, he was able to excel in flag football because it was something different. And plus, him and his friends would always play in front of my house, and I would play, automatic quarterback, and I'm throwing to these kids every single day. So I kind of started thinking, I have a team already, so I can go out and do what I do. I played the game, I coached the game. Like I said, my dad coached me, so it's kind of like passing
Paying
the
it
torch.
forward,
Yeah,
right?
paying it forward, passing the torch.
Passing the torch. With, with what you do, it's volunteer. And one of the things that, even like being like soccer mom, et cetera, baseball, was like you had to do your time, et cetera. And I was always like, here you go, here's my kid, gotta go. And I understand parents, look at it as an opportunity to get things done. But how can a parent get involved, and the benefits to the parent for getting involved? Because I kind of sometimes will say I regret not being as involved, because those are like, one day they're gone. They're like off in their own world, and you go back and you're just like, those are memories that I sometimes actually kind of miss. It's crazy. Yes, I do.
No, I think we all sometimes make decisions and then righteously so regret the decisions that we make. So I'll give you a quick story. How do people get involved? How do they volunteer? I had two little girls that were part of the championship B-Town Badgers that won the Super Bowl in the summertime. Those are kids ages 7, 8, and 9.
That's cute.
And one of the girls did jiu-jitsu and Girl Scouts, and the other one actually did jiu-jitsu and softball, and the other one did Girl Scouts and dance. So two different activities, but almost on different spectrums a little bit. They happened to see my sign to do co-ed flag football. So their parents had no idea that their kids would want to do something like that until they saw the sign. Long story short, the father put a check in the box, because when you sign up your kid, would you like to volunteer coach? So he put a check in the box. We got him background check. He got on board. He called me. Hey, how you doing? I said, I'm Coach Sean, B7 Athletics. He's like, yeah, I want to know what kind of balls you guys use for the Pee-wee. Nobody ever called me that. So I had to go run to inventory, grab the ball, and say, it's a Pee-wee ball, to give them the specs. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking, this guy's serious. The season didn't even start. He's going to go get a football so he can start practicing his kids. So long story short, later on, his wife ended up joining Coach Nick and Coach Jess. So here they have two daughters playing for first time ever summer co-ed flag football in Bordentown. They coached their kids to a 5-1 season, end up making it to the Super Bowl, and end up winning the Super Bowl.
That's awesome.
So you talk about memories.
Yeah.
They actually they put a Christmas ornament of the team picture on their Christmas tree.
Aw.
That's priceless. They all got trophies because they earned it. Not that we handed the trophies out. They were the winners of the first ever co-ed flag football team in Bordentown. So creating memories, that's priceless.
It sure is. I mean, it is. I mean, even now, I have really, really good friends to this day from that time of my life.
Absolutely. You remember that. It's like it's etched in your brain.
Bonding. I still keep in touch with them. And I would never have met them if it wasn't for sports. And because I was there at the games and I showed up and I went to the game. I still talk to them to this day, and it's great. We're like, we see pictures and we do throwback. Now, I was looking at some of the photos here. You have adult co-ed. Tell us the different divisions.
Okay, so we do. We have, in the summertime, we had 14 teams. We had 6 teams out in Mercer County Park. We also had 6 teams out in Bordentown. So the 7, 8, and 9-year-olds were the Mighty Mites. Small little kids running around.
Oh.
Priceless. Then as you get older, you have 10, 11, 12, 13s. Those are the juniors, a little bit older, a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, can run a little bit advanced plays. And then you also have the adult league. So I don't know if you can see this, but I do have my adult jersey on. I'm owner.
Warriors.
Yeah, this is Mercer Warriors. These are all custom-made jerseys that I designed. So so this is the adult league. So actually my wife and my daughter that's in high school, we all participated in the adult flag football league at Mercer County Park.
Your wife too?
My wife.
And she was like a little hesitant in the beginning, right?
Absolutely, because if any husband asks their wife, do they want to be part of the adult flag football, keep in mind the team that we were playing, we're the Mercer Warriors, we were playing the Mercer Mustangs. These are all grown men adults. So for our first game, we played them. And if you're a grown man, you do not want to lose to a wife and a girl in high school. I will say that we won that game and we earned it. So that was priceless by itself. And you say, well, who else? Well, one of the coaches for my B-Town Wildcats, Coach K, he coached his kid in Bordentown, but he was also part of the adult league. So when you talk about...
Okay, I didn't know they had a league for adults too.
Oh yeah, we did it all. Last year we did on that first day was 100+ degrees on July 13th. And oh yeah, a lot of fun and sweat. A lot of fun and sweat.
I was gonna say, now this is just or is it soccer too?
We do soccer as well. So we do co-ed soccer. Coach Jim, Coach G. Coach Jim was taking care of my coaching for the kids in Mercer County Park. Okay. And Coach G was taking care of the kids that was in Bordentown.
So with the age ranges, I mean, like for parents, because some parents have kids here and there, they could literally be on the same team.
Absolutely. The B-Town Badgers that won, there were 2 brothers that were actually on the same team. Okay. So usually I'll speak to the parents prior to, because sometimes they may or may not want their siblings to be on the same team for whatever reason. So I'll contact them and say, hey, do you want them on the same team? And I'll try my best to accommodate that.
Nice.
So.
No, this is great. I never knew there was co-ed opportunities for all different levels. How does someone get more information?
They can go to B7, which is like Be Happy, BE, the number 7, athletics.com, and they can sign up. Registration is until season starts April 26th. Okay. Registration will expire on March 16th, will be the last day to sign up for either the co-ed flag football or co-ed soccer.
Okay. Well, everybody, the link's right here. Make sure if you want to play or check out a game. If you're, as a parent, you want comfortable, right? They can come watch a game.
They can come watch a game. They can go onto my website. I do have a YouTube page. You can click on the YouTube link and you can see the flag football games. You can see some of the co-ed soccer. You can definitely see the championship Super Bowl of the mighty. You had a 5-1 team versus a 6-0 team. And the B-Town Bears gave the B-Town Badgers their only loss during the season, so they were able to meet up in the summertime for a nice finale.
So proud. Look at that proudness. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 100 people on the sidelines and grandparents and aunts and uncles and
that's awesome.
Cheering these kids on, this is why I do it. To get the kids away from the devices, to let them know there's more than life than staring at a phone.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for everything you do. And if anyone's interested, I hope they come and check you out. And anyone from any area, or is it just Bordentown?
Absolutely. I just say as long you can be from, I had kids from Pennsylvania that joined the organization. I say it's A for effort, A for attitude. This is an equal opportunity playing league. No matter how good you are, no matter how good you are not, your kid will play equal playing time on the field.
Nice.
To get everybody involved.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and make sure to like, share, and comment to make it grow with our algorithms. Till next time, the Jersey Buzz.
Thank you, appreciate it.